Hello, good evening. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of the Watch Along, guys. A live watch along between RC Lens and OGC Nice, guys, in the Coupe De France Final, guys. Welcome aboard. It's a new one, guys. We're doing this final. I find it very interesting. This final, I've got a lot of stipulation. Of course, there's obviously the Inos link to OGC Nice, of course, guys. And OGC Nice are getting relegated. Well, they're in a playoff anyway, to possibly be relegated, guys. But it's Lens against OGC Nice. This could be Lens' first Coupe de France. They've never won it before. OGC have won the Coupe de France 3 times. The last time in 1996, 1997, and there's lots of players in this game that I've got interest in regards to Lens, and to be honest, Nice as well. I'm surprised we haven't done any work with Nice in regards to transfers and stuff like that with Manchester United, of course, guys. Now, let me just get into the team news, guys. Let's get straight into the team news. Let's go straight in, dive head first into the team news first, guys. Here is the team of Lens, guys. I remember Lens because back like 26 years ago, I went to Lens against Arsenal. I was invited to a game. It was Lens against Arsenal, and Dennis Bergkamp got the goal in that game. And it was a dead game, but it was at Highbury. It was at the old Highbury. I don't know if you guys remember that, but this is the team, guys. This is Reese in goal. They're playing a 3-4-2-1, guys. It's Ganal, Antonio, Sarr, guys, and they've also got Udo as a left winger. Sangari is the guy of subject, guys. So if you're looking at Lens and you're looking at players, right, one of the players is Sangare Mamadou Sangare, guys. He is an incredibly talented individual. Lots of people are talking about him. Only a 23-year-old Mali international, of course, guys. Now, he's a player to be looking at for Liverpool. Are also looking at Mamadou Sangare. So it's a good opportunity today to have a look at him, guys, and we're going to analyze him to see how his performances is. Now, let's not forget that RC Lens are second in the French division, guys. They are second in the French division at the moment. Another player to keep an eye on, guys, but a little bit of nostalgia here is Alain Saint-Maximin. Now, you may remember Saint-Maximin. You may remember him from Newcastle. If you remember him from Newcastle, guys, I believe he played for Newcastle. He's got the interest of the likes of Napoli, and that are looking at him. He's still a very Italian player. I remember when he was playing for Newcastle, we were hyping him. Remember, because of his pace and stuff like that. You know, Saint-Maximin, it's good to see him back. It's good to see him again. I haven't seen him for ages, guys, playing. But yeah, look, good to see him. Another player for Lens is Osone Edouard. Now, Edouard basically is another one that has got a little bit of experience. He did play for Celtic, if you remember. Edouard played for Celtic, if we remember. Everyone was ranting and raving about him at that time. Edouard, guys, is a 28-year-old forward, guys, but played for the likes of Celtic, played for Crystal Palace, played for Leicester City. He started his career at Paris Saint-Germain. So and of course Toulouse, and now he's at Lens, of course, guys. He's another one. Like I said, there's a lot of interest in this game in regards to some of these players. Finally, there's another guy named Thauvin. Now, Thauvin, I believe, this guy is known, guys. He has played for France, I believe. He's 33 years old now. Is this Florian Thauvin. He's 33 years old now, getting on a little bit. But another experienced player. Now, he has played for the likes of Newcastle United, Marseille, Udinese, so there's a couple of players there, guys, in Lens' team that are experienced. They've got know-how, if you know what I mean. He's got 13 caps, 2 goals for France, the attacking player, of course, guys. He did play, for Newcastle United and the likes of Marseille and Udinese in Italy, of course, guys. We move on to the team of OGC Nice, of course. Inos's team, of course. Inos are looking to sell OGC Nice, according to rumors, if you believe. And let's wait and see what happens with that. Now, OGC Nice, they got Dupé in goal. They got Papa Apong. They're playing a sort of a 3-1-4-2, guys. Basically a three at the back again. Dante, Mendy, guys, in there, guys. So let's have a look at some of the players that they've got that, you know what, may be of interest to Manchester United. And Mendy is one of the players that I would look at, the 21-year-old defender. Very, very highly talented individual, guys. He's got 6 caps for Senegal. He's a decent player that we should be looking at. Guy, God knows why we don't look at these players, because they're actually we got connection to Lens, isn't it? So Dante, of course, we know about Dante. Dante's played for the likes of Bayern Munich, guys. Yeah, he's a very experienced player. Is Dante. Another good player. Surprising that Lens, that OGC Nice are in the relegation zone. If I'm being honest, he's played for Wolfsburg as well as Borussia Mönchengladbach, Standard Liège, and he's got 13 caps for Brazil. So he is another player for OGC Nice. That is someone that you know of course, guys. In regards to the rest of the team, I would say to keep an eye out on Badoui, guys, in their midfield. So Badoui is a 26-year-old Algerian international, midfield central, very good midfielder. The teams are out. So is the president of France. He's out as well. So Badoui, yeah, he's another one, guys, to look out for, along with a couple of others, guys. In regards to OGC Nice, they're not like stacked like Lens are. Lens have got a lot more experience, I would say. However, you look at Nice, and they should be nowhere near the relegation zone with some of the caliber players they've got. Look out for Djibril Koulibaly as well, guys. Djibril Koulibaly is 17 years old, guys. Just to let you know, 17 years old is him. He's got 2 appearances this season for Koulibaly for OGC Nice. So he's one to have a look at, guys, and a young up and coming player there that we can have a look at as well. They have got a couple there. Another one is Melvin Bard, guys. Melvin Bard is a French player, been around the block a little bit, 25-year-old, guys. He has played for likes of Lyon. So he's yeah. When I look at, look, I want people to look at this, right, and I want people to analyze these players, and especially for Nice, I want people to analyze it, and I want you to look at the development of Nice, and I want you to look at Lens, right? Look at RC Lens, Racing Club Lens, right? Look at them, and look at OGC Nice. Look at Nice. Look at the two teams, and look at the two sides. Right, look at the development between the two sides. Right, there's no development in that OGC Nice team. There's nothing. As far as I'm concerned, this Nice team have regressed heavily. They're in a relegation fight, guys. There's a lot of anger surrounding the two sides. You know what I mean? Surrounding the two sides. There's lots of anger going on. Surrounding Nice. So basically, Nice, 3 times winners of the Coupe de France, by the way. They have got a little bit of history in regards to the Coupe de France. OGC are not guys. So when we're looking at OGC Nice, they're not relegated yet, but they have to play a 2-legged playoff against Saint Etienne, guys, to prevent themselves from falling into League 2. Guys, they will play a 2-legged there. There's fan unrest following a 0-0 draw against relegated Metz, guys, just recently. Obviously, the cup is a welcome distraction at the moment, away from the relegation with Nice, of course. So there's lots of distractions going there. Lens have never won the Coupe de France, guys. Never won the Coupe de France. Lens have never won it, and it's a big opportunity for them today. I think they're the better side. I do believe they're the better side, guys. But Lens have never won it. Let me have a look at this. 1 second. Well, thank you everyone who's joined me today, by the way. Really, really good to have you here, of course, guys. Really good to have you here. Let me just see. Nice. So we're just waiting for the kickoff, guys. The kickoff is a little bit late. I don't know why the kickoff is late at the moment. Nothing is they're doing the national anthems and all that. The welcome to the Stade de France, by the way. Always nice to see a game at the Stade de France. It's been a while since we've seen a game at the Stade de France, isn't it? Big up, my friend Ephraim. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Big up Rajat as well. Welcome back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's Varane old team. Yes, there's a lot of players. Lens are a very famous team. I've been to see them live once. Well, OGC Nice are not as, in my opinion, they're not as famous as Lens, because I remember Lens were in the European competition playing Arsenal back 26 years ago, something like that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, look, you know what I mean? Definitely. So, guys, welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate you all, of course. Sal, what is your thought of Rashford comment? What about him not mentioning Man United? About, Rashford just needs to lead the football club. Everything that comes out of Rashford's mouth, is negative. Everything about Rashford is negative for Manchester United. This is what I would say. Do you know what I mean? He's a negative guy. He's one of those guys. It's just pathetic. And just everything that happens with Rashford, everything that happens with Rashford is basically a negative, and it's a distraction to Manchester United, in my opinion. Everything, basically, it's just annoying, to be honest with you. Bear me a second, guys. Yeah, he is. He is incredibly annoying. It is irritating every time there's news from Rashford, and that Rashford said this, Rashford said that, and blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Let me just have a look at this, guys. Why this game is not starting? Bear me a second, guys. We're 1 minute. We're supposed to be 1 minute in. Yeah, we're 1 minute in the game, guys. Sorry about the connection issue. Yeah, so it's still doing it. Anyway, Stade de France here, guys. Welcome. Kickoff is underway here in the Stade de France, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're well. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, of course. It's great to have you here. And let me just check this. It's going to be a goal kick here. So Lens have a goal kick. So yeah, guys. Obviously, big news. Obviously, he broke it on Stretford Post this morning about Edison. Edison can quite possibly be signing for Manchester United. What do you make of that, guys? What do you make of Edison possibly signing for Man United? It's a very underwhelming transfer. That's all I'm going to say, guys. My biggest concern about this whole situation is that Edison is going to be the marquee signing, and we're not going to sign anyone above him. What I would say, one of the biggest red flags that I would say about Edison is the fact that nobody else wants him, and he's not in a 50-man Brazil squad. What does that tell you? Now we can sugarcoat that deal as much as we want. The facts are the facts, isn't it? At the end of the day, Anyway, here come OGC Nice, guys, wearing black today, guys. Black and of course black and red, of course, a little bit like AC Milan, of course, guys. Yeah, what do you guys make of that anyway? What do you make of that? Let me just change this 1 second. The Edison deal. Obviously, the Edison deal is something that we spoke about this morning. I mean, if he was the third signing, in that midfield, we would be like, yeah, that's not bad. But the fact that we got him first and we look likely to be getting him, it does seem a little bit strange to me. It really does. It seems a little bit strange to me, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. And yeah, let me just change this. There we go. So I get this. Clone this. Still 0-0 between Lens and Nice, guys. In this, obviously, I'm not sure if Jim Ratcliffe is in the stadium today. I'm not too sure about that. Probably is, to be honest. He probably is in the stadium, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, I would have thought he would be a game like this, where the lights are on and all that, of course. Here we go. There we go. Background red. And the third one is black. There we go. That should be all right. Yeah, there we go. Here come Lens, though, on the attack. Lens, we've had a magnificent season, of course, guys. A second in the French league. It's going to be a foul there. No foul. The winner of this competition, guys, qualifies for the Europa League, by the way. Just to let you guys know, the winner does qualify for the Europa League. So let me have a look at this. Raja, pick up Raja. They are playing a quarterfinal cup game, qualifying cup game. Yeah, against Saint Etienne. They've got to play Saint Etienne. Whoever wins that basically stays in the League One. Yeah. So who triggered in France, Nice or Lens? Who's big in France, Nice or Lens? I think at this moment in time, I would say Lens myself. I think from my experience, from what I've been watching over the years in regards to French football and stuff like that, it is definitely Lens for me, in my opinion. But over history, Nice are bigger in history. If you think about history in trophies, I believe Nice are bigger. But more recent history. Dante with the challenge there. It's going to be a corner to Lens here, guys. Dante with the challenge. Obviously, a very experienced player. Dante played for the likes of Bayern Munich, of course. Raja, he will be average and more depth centre midfielder. Average and a more depth centre midfielder. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to put him as a replacement for Casemiro. I've got a very weird feeling about this, guys. And already some of the fan base are starting to cover it up. Already some of the fan base are trying to say, oh, yeah, give him a chance. He's good. You don't know nothing about him and blah, 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 all this stuff. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Ephraim, he is okay player. He's an okay. He reminds me, and I don't want to frighten people. He reminds me of Fred. He does. And obviously, when we signed Fred was very highly rated when he signed for Man United, wasn't he? Everyone was writing and raving about Fred, but yeah. FM. So is Tonali news true? Tonali's linked to Manchester United. Tonali's going to be linked to Man United, but Man United are obviously looking for a cheaper fee. That's what we're looking for at the moment. We're looking for something cheaper, guys. And there you go. It's going to be a goal kick to OGC Nice. They're looking for something cheaper. Hi, Sal. Any Anderson news? Nothing at the moment, mate. Nothing at the moment, which is obviously concerning because obviously we do need to make a move for Anderson and we need to move quickly before Man City get him. Obviously, Man City, what they're going to do, what Man City would do, and you'll see it, right? Man City will signal their intent straight away with Maresca. If Maresca does become the manager, they're going to signal their intent straight away and they're going to back him. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to be building Man City, just to let you know, a statue of Pep Guardiola. They will be building a statue of Pep Guardiola. Well, he's their legend. He's their greatest manager of all time. Here come OGC, Nice. They're on the edge of the box here. It's a chance. These are the opportunities they got to get. Why sign Anson? He doesn't really move needle. Why sign Edison? He doesn't really move needle. Sorry, Edison and Anderson. Can you imagine having Edison and Anderson in the team? That'd be confusing, isn't it? Because he's cheap, Raja. And you know, because this is what I've been talking about with Carlos Baleba. He's cheap. And another thing, no one else wants him. So he's easy to get. It's as simple as that. He's cheap and no one else wants him. That's it. You know, so that's why they want to get Edison. It's simple. And because he used to be this kind of good player back 2 years ago or something like that, they're thinking, oh, maybe we can turn him back into the player that he was. You know, look, as I said, I don't mind him coming in, but I don't think a 27-year-old is going to come into Manchester United as a backup player. I really don't. You know, he must have been guaranteed promises that he's going to get first team football. He's going to be in the first team. This is what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? We have to look at things from a different angles and stuff. Like, he's got 1 year left on his contract, right? And we're out there paying £43 million for him. It's ridiculous, guys, when you think about it. This is it. Look, guys, because we picked the bones out of Mason Mount transfer, didn't we? When Mason Mount was injured, we picked the bones of the Mason Mount transfer, and you know, I'm going to give the same energy for this one as well. Cross comes in. It's going to be a corner to Lance, guys. Well cleared there. It was Koulibaly. Was it Koulibaly? He got the very good clearance there. Yeah, he had to get that right, otherwise that's going in the back of his own net, definitely. We're in the Stade de France, by the way, guys. Stade de France, of course, home of the world champions when France won the World Cup way back in 1998 against Brazil, if we remember. They always go to the cheap shot. It's so frustrating. Yeah. It was Opong who cleared the ball. Anyway, cross comes from Lens. Oh, Lance player goes down. Chance. Oh, it just goes over. He couldn't keep it down. He couldn't keep it down. If he kept that down, that was dangerous for Lance there. Lance almost took the lead. There was a little bit of shenanigans in the box there, but it was a good bending strike, to be honest with you. A very good bending strike for the number 9 there. Very good. Lens do look a little bit more dangerous. Of course, they would do. They're flying high in the French league, second in the league, by the way. Funny how Nice are all the way down. No rival fans will be threatened while down they're getting Edison to rebuild. Nobody's going to be scared of Man United. No, absolutely not. My friend Rajat. No. I'm hearing rumours that Liverpool have already signed a youngster today. They're going to sign Yan Diomande, apparently. I'm hearing big news coming out of for Germany that Liverpool will sign Yan Diomande. Yan Diomande will be a Liverpool player next season. I'm hearing, you know, there you go. They're just going to, you see, this is what I'm talking about. They're just going to keep going on and improving. And we're just going to be static. Anyway, a throw into OGC Nice near the Lens penalty area, guys. Wahi up front will be looking to net a goal today. Obviously, it's been a very difficult season for OGC Nice. The relegation guys, but you know, they're in a cup final. They could possibly qualify for the Europa. Chance. Oh, OGC Nice. Nice had an open goal there. I can't believe it. They had an open goal. My goodness me. He just needed to control the ball, keep it down. The goalkeeper was in no man's land. Was the defender, wasn't it? There was no communication there in the Lens defense. And Nice almost took the lead there. They almost took the lead. That was he just needed to keep it down. He just needed to keep it down. My goodness me. If that's on target, that's a goal. Simple as that. That was almost 1-0. Best chance of the game. Falls to Nice. There you go. Anyway, Nice cross football, guys. Unbelievable. Here's Maxine. Saint Maximin. Remember Saint Maximin, newspaper Newcastle? Looking a little bit chunkier these days. Isn't the same player that he was, of course, guys. Shot. Oh, unlucky. Very, very, very good shot there from Sangari there. Good shot. Yeah, just bent. I think it was Sangari. It just bent wide of the post, guys. It's a very good shot there. Unlucky. Unlucky. Yeah. It's good to see Maxim. Anyway, Saint Maximum. Um, if they want cheap, why don't they get João Gomez? I don't, because I'll tell you why they don't want to get João Gomez, Ephraim. It's because he's got competition and other teams want him as well. And this is the thing, isn't it? They don't want competition. They want what's easy. They don't want to be going head to head with other clubs for players. They want easy. And as I've said many times, guys, and I had a guy on here earlier today talking about why am I so negative about Inos, and the window hasn't even opened yet. But can you see what's going on right now? This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking. What is going on right now? Look at Liverpool. They're making already thinking about, we need a winger, Yan Diomande. Who's the best one out there at the moment? Yan Diomande, straight away. Do you know what I mean? This is what we're talking about. This is what United need to do. But here we are. Here we are. If they think he is next Valverde, no. Look, Edison was a decent player a couple of years ago, and people, even then, I was a bit like, yeah, he's playing. Look, guys, have we got short memories of Atalanta? You know what I mean? Have we got short memories like of signing players from Atalanta with Rasmus and things like that? You have to be very, very careful when you're looking in Serie A. You really do. You have to be so careful. You get the odd gem, of course you do. You do get the odd gem, but teams like Atalanta and that. Some of the Atalanta have not been performing at all in Serie A this season. They've been awful. Here's Maxime. Maximin. Oh, it's an awful shot. Anyway, it's come back out here. It's a chance and it's going to be a corner. It's another corner to Lance here. Dante again. Dante's their main guy in defense, guys. He's the one he's the one who's going to keep it together for Nice. At least Nice hope so. Yeah, they're very powerful up front. Lance. Yeah, it was a good tackle from Dante. Dante's doing a lot. He's thinking, listen, on my old age, you guys got to help me out a little bit. It's a corner to Lance. Guys. And obviously there's a no Paris Saint-Germain, which was a surprise not to be in the final. They lost to Paris FC, their rivals, who literally across the street to Paris Saint-Germain. They lost to their rivals, Paris FC, in the Coupe de France in January. So that's why PSG are not here today. What about Liverpool getting Bowen deal announced? I think they're going to get Yan Diomande. That's what I think. If we get Baleba, it'll be underwhelming. It will be, look, listen, guys, if we get Baleba, it'll be an awful midfield. Let's be honest, guys. We're in the Champions League. Imagine having Baleba and Edison in the Champions League. Let's not forget, guys, Atalanta's voyage into the Champions League this season. In Europe this season, how many times did they concede 5 and 6? Anyway, tackle from Lance there. Bard out here to Sangare. Good little turn of pace there. Great ball there. This is a great chance. It's going to be 1-0 if he gets it right. And he's missed it. Maxi, it was guys. It was a difficult angle. It was a difficult angle. Wait, I'm just seeing some news from Fabrizio Romano. Corner cleared. So this is the time now. We're going to start getting news from Fabrizio Romano whilst I'm online and things like that. So I will be getting news from the transfers and stuff like that, what's going on at the moment. Of course, now all the transfers are going to start happening whilst I'm online. I just saw a hashtag with Man United on it. So I thought, you know what's going on? Needs player on the floor. Love the Stade de France. Brings back some good memories of Stade de France, it does. Of course, built for the 1998 World Cup. Of which France won. Remember the game against Brazil? I remember the game against Croatia. Yeah. Now here come Nice again, though. They're giving as good as they got here. So they're on the right-hand side. It's a good chance for Nice. Oh, he should have let it run. He should have let it run there. It's a frantic game. We're going backwards and forwards. It's an entertaining game so far. Let's get this up. Dante. Out here wild to Cho. Cho, another one, 25 Cho. Bard. Now it's Klaus. Klaus with the ball. Now that's a good shot, and it's a good save from the keeper there of Lens. Rice up with the save there. No, that was a good save. I thought that was trickling in the back of the net there. Good strike as well there, guys, by Wahi. That was a good strike. Restart. Full stretch there. Full stretch there. Brilliant save. It's going to be a corner now for Nice. What a boost it would be for them to win the Coupe de France. Chance for Dante straight at the goalkeeper, free header. My goodness me, there's a free header there. He had a chance there. Whoever wins this game, though, guys, does go to the Europa League. They go to the Europa League. So whoever wins this, I mean, can you imagine Nice will be in the second division in France playing in Europa League? Rajat, if Edison and Baleba, that we already have 4 out of 10. That's already a 4 out of 10. Yeah, Maxi. We're on the right now, guys, with Abdul Mohammed. Here's Torvan, the experienced player, of course, played for Newcastle as well. A couple of players played for Newcastle in this team. Maximilian, Saint Maximum, and Torvan. They both played in the Premier League, guys. Here's Maxi again. They're out here wide on the wing with the number 14, Udol. That's going to be another corner to Lens. That was a good block. That was a good block there. It was Klaus who blocked the ball. Klaus, of course, another one I spoke about earlier. So the corner's going to be coming in. I believe is it Torvan is taking the corner. The corner's going to be coming in now. Couple of dangerous corners already come in, cleared away. Chance for a counter attack for Nice now. This is what Nice are looking for. They're looking for these counter attacks. Still 0-0. Lens 0, Nice 0. They're looking for these counter attacks. They're trying to get these counter attacks going. Ephraim, they always do not spend when we get Champions League. It's so disappointing. Yeah, good point, Ephraim. Absolutely, this has been the biggest problem in regards. They never spend. Once we get Champions League football, they think we made it. We're done. Do you know what I mean? This is them, isn't it? This is what they've been doing. You know, Gainu is a good player. I've seen him a couple of times. He's made some good blocks. The number 25 plays centre back for Lens. The player I'm looking at is the number 8, guys. Sangare, guys. This guy is unbelievable. Look, Nice, I've got Jabril Koulibaly, of course, who I rate as well pretty highly. Diop is pretty good as well. Like Jabril Koulibaly's, guys, this guy's 17 years old playing in the final. Do you know what I mean? Fair play. 17 years old playing in a Coupe de France final. I mean, we got to look at players like that. Do you know what I mean? Very, very, very good young player. guys. But Sangari is wanted by Liverpool or various teams around Europe. Why are we not looking at these type of players? Is what baffles me. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you have the contact of France and stuff like that. No, they did not intend to. Big up, Raja. Look, it does look likely, barring something incredible, that Manchester United will sign Edison. Literally, I think it will sign him quickly. Here comes Lons. 1-0. Torvan, the experienced player, guys. It had to be him. The number 10. 1-0 to Lons, guys, in this game already. Great finish. Buried into the bottom corner. Deserved, maybe. But yeah, Lens are 1-0 up, guys, against OGC Nice in this final, guys. Torvan, the experienced 33-year-old, guys, former French international, has got the goal for Lens today, guys. Yeah, he's got the goal. Bit uphill struggle now for is it offside? Is it Hinton? No, he's not playing. He's not in play there, is he? He's not in play. Yeah, it was good play down the wing, guys, and there. And the finish was a really good finish, straight into the corner. It was Udo, good. He spotted his man really good, and then Torvan got the ball, and just buried it in the corner there was men around him as well. For him to get that straight into the corner is a very good finish, guys. 1-0 to Lens. Very good finish. Good play from Udo on the left-hand side. Picked out his man very well. And it's 1-0. Yeah, he's got that little bit of a celebration going on in front of the Stade de France, of course, guys. Absolutely. Great finish, that. We'll like to see Jean-Claire Todibo as a centre-back of West Ham get relegated. Probably. I mean, there's a couple of players there that are West Ham that shouldn't have gone to West Ham. Obviously, when you go to West Ham, it's difficult. You know what I mean? It's difficult, but I still think he's a talented player. He's always, that's the thing. This is the thing, isn't it? Like when you go to a club like West Ham, it's very difficult, especially as a defender, to exert yourself. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. What a finish. Great finish. Brilliant finish. Very experienced Torvan, of course, who used to play for Newcastle. Didn't quite work out for him for whatever reason or not. But yeah, it didn't quite work out for him. The Nice players on the floor at the moment. It was a tackle for Maxi. It was from behind. It was a little bit of a naughty challenge there for Maxi. I'm surprised it isn't a yellow card. Dante's asking a question. Is that why in the yellow card? I love the fireworks on Lens. Yeah, I love the fireworks on Lens. Yeah, back about 20 years ago, I was invited to a game from an Arsenal fan. And it was Lens against Arsenal. And at Highbury, the old Highbury, it was the UEFA Cup back then. And Arsenal won 1-0 courtesy of Dennis Bergkamp. Any Lens fans in the house, they will remember that game. Yeah, I remember that game very well. I was invited to it. I mean, I disliked it because it was my friend. I said, do you want to come with me? Got spare tickets. Do you want to come? I said, I'll go with you. You know what I mean? To see how it goes and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a dead game, to be honest, for me. But yeah. Been to Highbury a few times. Never liked going to Highbury. Such a tight, compact ground. Anyway, Nice have got a throw in here, guys. Again, it's Gouville with the challenge there, guys. So far, he's looking good, that Gouville. We have to look at the fact that Lens being second and it's cleared by him again. It's going to be a corner to Nice. Nice need to respond quickly, guys. They can't let this game drift away from them. They can't let it drift away from them. And Koulibaly's up there for the corner. If I was Nice, if I was Jim Ratcliffe, if I was at Wilcox, I'd be scouting this game. I'd be looking at this game. Before I go for that Edison deal, I'd be looking around. Good catch from the keeper. I'd be looking around at what deals are there. What's the next up-and-coming player and stuff like that. I'd be looking, do you know what I mean? Torvan's at the number 10. Yes, Ephraim. He used to play for Newcastle and Marseille. He's a 33-year-old. Edouard, who plays up front, also the number 11 for Lens. He used to play for Celtic. And you remember Edouard? People were talking about Edouard when he was playing for Celtic and stuff. So he's also another one that, is been around the block a little bit, guys. Been around the block. But the players to look out for in this game for me is Ganu, Sangare, guys, of course. Those two players. Sangare, of course. A lot of people have been mentioning Sangare in the streams. I would like for Nice, it's Koulibaly. We have a look at him, of course. There's a couple of players there that Man United should be looking at. Well, the Koulibaly one and the Boudou one is good, but the Koulibaly 17-year-old guys playing in the midfield central for Nice today. You know, he's obviously got something about him, definitely. It's going to be a free kick to Nice. Taken by Prepper Apong. And it's out here to Mendy. Back here to Mendy. Cho. Back to Dante. Dante's passing it out wide to Apong. Apong with the ball. They got to do something. They got to penetrate this, guys. They got to try get that Diop in the middle to Koulibaly. Loses the ball there. He loses the ball there. Oh, that's a bad foul. That's going to be a free kick to Nice. It's going to be a free kick to Nice. Raja, opinion on traveling England World Cup 2026 squad. My opinion on them is it could have been more better. It's a good squad, but could have been better. I don't think Henderson should be there. I think that's a disgrace. I think Harry Maguire is better than Dan Burn. I think Palmer should be there. I don't understand why Palmer is not there, but Madueke and players like that are there. There's something strange going on there. It really is. Do you know what I mean? Bear me a second. Guys, thank you guys for joining me today, by the way. Really appreciate you all for your support. Thank you so much, guys, for this French final. Of course, I'm getting prepared. We're getting prepared for the World Cup, ain't we? We're getting prepared for the World Cup. World Cup's coming just around the corner, guys. We got the World Cup, and yeah, we're getting prepared for that. Don't forget to join me, though, for the German Cup final tomorrow. We got Bayern Munich against Stuttgart tomorrow, guys. Don't forget to join me for that as well. We got that final going on as well. So we got all the finals going on at the moment, going on until next week. And then obviously we're leading up to the big one, the Champions League final, which we're all looking at, guys, for PSG to do us a big favor. He was France's World Cup Russia winning maybe with Mbappe. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Experienced. Didn't quite make it in the Premier League. I like the ruthlessness of Tuchel on selection. I like the ruthlessness, but a lot of it's foolishness as well, because some of the players don't deserve to be there. Dan Burn don't deserve to be in the World Cup squad. Why should Dan Burn be there? You know, why should Jordan Henderson be there? You know, he's taking the place of Wharton. You know, and Wharton's highly rated, one of the most highly rated English midfielders. Why do we keep going back to the same chapters and playing the same players, keep playing the same players? And I would look at it, it's not like Henderson's won trophies for England. He's not won anything for England. So why does he always get picked? It's mad. It's mad. I mean, Palmer's not been playing well, but neither is Henderson. You know, neither is Dan Burn. You know, neither is Madueke. He's had 1 assist this season. You know, Palmer's got more assists than Madueke this season. Palmer has scored in the Euros final for England. Palmer's someone that is different, can add something different. We got too many Rashfords. We got Madueke, we got Rashford. Like, they're both the same. I just feel like it's underwhelming. I just think it's a very, like, some of the selections were odd for me. Congratulations on Kobe Mainu, but definitely Henderson should not be there. Why is he there? Has he been performing? No. So if you're going to go for that logic, you know, let's go by that logic. Palmer still had more assists than majority of the players in that squad. I'm glad what he did is pick Tony. I'm surprised he picked Tony. Very surprised he picked Tony, but I'm glad he did because I was talking about that yesterday. 41 goals in all competitions this season. A goal scorer is a goal scorer, and I said that. Thank you so much, everyone. When I said it yesterday, Tony needs to go to the World Cup, and I said that during the Saudi watch-alongs that I've been doing, and he's at the World Cup. You know what I mean? Well done to Tuchel for that. I would praise him for that. However, the Henderson obsession needs to stop, and the Dan Burn selection is wrong. Konza and players like that, Kwanzaa, they're not better than Maguire. Maguire's been better than all of those players this season. So strange. 35 minutes gone, guys. 0-0. 1-0 to Nice. 1-0 to Lens, sorry. Ephraim, still a derby. I will be there. Big up. Yeah, on still a watch tomorrow, of course. Both average, but still Maguire are getting over Dan Burn. No. England's biggest weakness is their defense at the moment. I would say if England are going to falter, are going to foul, it'd be their defense. Even Gay cost Manchester City the league this season with that pass against Everton. It was him. Do you know what I mean? I agree. Henderson and Madueke done nothing. Not only him, Dan Burn. Dan Burn's been poor for Newcastle this season. So why is he in the squad? Newcastle all the way down near the relegation zone. So what's he doing in the squad? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would say. Maguire, for me, look, I'm not Maguire's biggest fan. I'm not his cheerleader here. But Maguire has been better than Dan Burn. He's been better than Kwanzaa. He's probably been better than Konza as well. Let's not forget who's third in the league here. You know what I mean? And who's been playing. And we have to look at that realistically. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I do find it really, really strange. I do. Raja, true Sal, it's good. No, look, I'm an England fan, Raja. I'm English. I'm an England fan, and I want what's best for England. And I look at that centre backs. Right, you can get away with Henderson, right? Because England have got very good midfield, right? They've got obviously Declan Rice and Anderson and Bellingham and players like that. But when the thing you can't get away from is the poor defense. That's the one thing you can't get away from. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's a corner to Nice here. Nice looking to get a goal before half time. 36 minutes gone. They're still 1-0 down. And guys, they need a response. How's it going, my friend Neil? Hope you're doing well. Klaus will take the corner for Nice, guys. Number 92. 92. I'll never get 92. Number 92 in the squad. Klaus will take the corner. Anyway, he's taken a couple of good corners here. Cleared away there. Comes back out here. Cho, back to Klaus. Good chance for Klaus. Takes a shot. It's just wide. Yeah, it was offside in the end. Unfortunately for Nice. They didn't get that goal. I hope everyone's doing well, guys. Hope you've enjoyed your Friday, guys. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. Absolute legends, of course. 1-0 to Lens, courtesy of Tuvan. Brilliant goal, right into the bottom corner, guys, from 15 yards. Really good goal. 1-0 to them. Nice have not played badly, to be honest with you, considering where Nice are in the league. Obviously, Lens are second in the league at the moment. They're flying high. Nice have got to think about a playoff, a relegation playoff with Saint Etienne very, very soon, guys. So that's obviously on their mind as well. But, I mean, could Nice win this game and go to the Europa League whilst playing in the second division in France? Has that happened before in France? I know it's happened in England. It's happened a couple of times in England. But has it happened in France before? I don't know. I really don't. Let's not forget we've got Crystal Palace next week as well, guys. Crystal Palace will be playing Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final. So that's their biggest game, guys. One of the biggest games in Crystal Palace history, Banter. It's out here wide. They play it long here towards Wahi. It's going to be cleared by... It's cleared again. Cleared again. Cho. Klaus. Nice have responded pretty decently, if I'm being honest with you. It's just a great goal from Torvan, to be fair. It was a great goal from Torvan. It's going to be a foul. Dante's pleading there. Oh, no, he's going to get a yellow card here if he carries on. They need Dante. He's their most experienced player, but it's definitely going to be. It's definitely a foul. Edouard got fouled there. Edouard's on the floor. Edouard, of course, as I mentioned earlier, former Celtic player, very highly rated at Celtic, as we remember. Ephraim, we need PSG to rise. I mean, we need PSG to do the world a favor. Absolutely, we need PSG to absolutely do something incredible and just beat them. Absolutely, Vitinha, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Bacola, Neves. I am going to be rooting for Nuno Mendes. I'm going to be rooting for every single one of those players on that final on the 30th of May. On the 30th of May, I will be rooting for every one of those players, you know, on the 30th of May. That's what I'll be doing. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to smash a like whilst you're in here, guys. It is Lens 1, Nice 0, courtesy of Turvan. Here comes Maximum. Saint Maximum crosses the ball, and it's a good clearance there. It's a very, very good clearance from Opong. Opong with a good clearance. I've been impressed with Opong so far today, guys. Pepper Opong, of course. Yeah, very good. Another good clearance. He headed one over earlier, but it is a corner to Lens. Lens will be taking a corner. It will be Torvan take. Was it Torvan be taking a corner? Was it Klaus? Torvan to Klaus space for things. Torvan be taking a corner. Cross comes in. Header, free header, 2-0. 2-0, guys. Edouard. I was talking about Edouard of Lens. They're 2-0 up, and Jim Ratcliffe cannot take it. They're 2-0 down, guys. RC Lens, Racing Club Lens, are going to win the Coupe de France for the first time in their history, guys. The first time, and they've never won it before. They are going to win it at this rate, guys. It was a free header. You couldn't do anything about it, but come on, he should have been marked there. It should have been marked there. Really, really good goal. Good header, but it should have been marked. It was open there. It was a free header, and it's 2-0 to Lens. Yeah, I mean, no challenge there coming in. When you're looking at it, it's a powerful header though. Sol Campbell that once scored a goal against Barcelona in this stadium in the Champions League final. It was a bit like that, but on the other side. But it was a bit like that. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah. It is 1-0, 2-0 to Lens now, and Lens are looking very good to win the Coupe de France this season, guys. They look very, very strong now. I think that Dupé had no chance. I think that in regards to Nice, they need to concentrate on staying up. It's as simple as that. So Edouard and Turvan with the goals, guys. 2-0 to Lens, guys. Both from relatively resulted from set pieces, isn't it? They both resulted from set pieces. Rajat, I think that Arsenal will be phased by a Champions League final atmosphere, especially since they haven't gone there since 2006. I like to hope so, Rajat. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, with PSG, they've been to a couple of finals over the years, isn't it? The last 10 years. I think, how many finals have PSG been to? 3? PSG would be more prepared. Absolutely. PSG would be more like experienced that atmosphere. And what PSG did to Inter Milan last season. And you know, one thing about Inter Milan, the funny thing is that people were thinking about Inter Milan the way they think about Arsenal last season. And I would love it if PSG win, because then you could say, right, you could say, oh, here come Nice though. Good chance for them to hit back. No, it's good. It says good tackle from Zangari. Very good play. Torvan. Yeah, it's going to be a fun. If they don't win the Champions League, you could say, well, you never won the Champions League. You could still say that, well, elite teams win the Champions League. Anyone can win the league. Leicester won the league, but you haven't won the Champions League, and that's what we can say. I mean, there's going to be an epic watch along, guys. Trust me, and I want all the community to be here. You know, you guys here today, you're legends. Thank you so much. If you guys are watching, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you guys are watching, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and share. And We need PSG to do something incredible. We really do. We really do. PSG need to do the world a favor. Honestly, they need to do the world a favor. Dante taking it into midfield. It's out here on the left, guys, with Opong. Why he's playing on a 2, they're sort of playing a 3-1-4-2 sort of thing. So that's what they're doing at the moment. So the manager of Nice is Pierre Sarguet. Now, Pierre Sarguet is, he's the manager of Lens. Sorry, the manager of Lens is Pierre Sarguet. Now, Pierre Sarguet, you may have known Pierre Sarguet. He used to be a coach. He's been at Lyon before. He's now at Lens as a manager. So he's doing a very, very good job there. He's very good job in Lens, being second in the league and about to win a trophy. The first Coupe de France for Lens, guys, it's big. That's big, guys. That's big, like historical. Now, Claude Puel of Nice, of course, is a very it was tackled. So Claude Puel, of course, has managed the likes of Leicester City. You remember Claude Puel, who managed Leicester City back in the day, and Southampton. And here come Nice. Chance, that's going to be a free kick. Right on the edge of the box, guys. It was right on the edge of the box. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position there. He managed Nice along with Saint Etienne, of course, and Lyon and Lille and guys. But I remember him managing Lyon because I went to Lyon against Man United in the Champions League in 2008, and Puel was managing Lyon then. Right. It is a free kick, guys, to a very dangerous position, a very handy position for Nice here. It was Wahi who won the corner, won the free kick. He's been relatively their danger man at the moment. He's been the one who's been on it at the moment. How will we stop that attack? It will be difficult. I think if they score the first, then they'll smash it. If they score the first, Arsenal have to open up. And that's where the thing. The one thing I'm concerned about with PSG, and I'm sure they're going to work on it, is the set pieces. They're not very good at defending set pieces, and that's the one thing with PSG. If you're going to pick out a weakness, every team has weaknesses. I think the weakness for PSG is the set pieces, and that's the only thing I worry about it. However, I don't think Arsenal are that good at set pieces, just crowd grab, but they'll get free kicks. Anyway, it's going to be a free kick. It's a free kick too. Nice. Good save, straight at the goalkeeper. He needed to chip it a little bit. He needed to chip it. He needed to give it a little bit of delicate chip there. That's what he needed to do. Risa with a decent save. Risa's been good today. Been impressed with him. Looks like a young goalkeeper. Guys, he looks pretty good today. Very impressed. 21-year-old goalkeeper there. If we're looking for a second goalkeeper, there you are. Chance, 2-1. 2-1. Nice has scored, guys. It's from the corner, straight from the corner. It's a header from the corner. It's 2-1 to Nice. They're back into this game. Poor defending, really, from Lens. It's been a couple of unmarked goals in this game from the corner. But the cross came in, and it was a number 39 there, guys, who headed it into the back of the net for Nice there. It was a number 39 there. It's Koulibaly, the one we were talking about, guys. The 17-year-old has scored for Nice in a Coupe de France final. Unbelievable. 17 years old, guys. Bang on halftime. It's halftime, guys. 2-1. It's halftime. What a time to score for Nice, guys. What a time to score. It's 2-1. Koulibaly has got a lifeline for Nice in this game. The 17-year-old, of course, guys, who I was talking about earlier, of course. He has scored, guys. And look, he looks a very good player for his age, guys. That was a domineering header from the corner, guys. Absolutely brilliant header. And it's 2-1 to Lens at halftime, guys. Very entertaining first half, guys. Very, very good. Enjoyed that first half. 2-1 there. Kiddo. Of all the teams for this World Cup, I have watched them. Argentina, they fight for each other out there, still self-belief in each other in who they plays. Immaculate, no personal feelings to protect. Well, they might. Hopefully, they don't have any dodgy decisions go their way this time, because that's Argentina known for that last World Cup, definitely. Kind of fear that Arsenal will score off set piece or place or corners and then sit back and Paris counters. I don't know. This is my biggest worry, Raja. Absolutely, it's my biggest worry about that final. If this is why it's so important that PSG score first. If PSG score first, and then you could say that they'll get 2 and 3. I think it'll be 2-0. I said it. I've had this vision, guys, of it being 2-0 to PSG at halftime. That's been my vision. But if Arsenal score, guys, it's going to be difficult. Trust me. But the one thing is, this is not at the Emirates. Let's not forget, Arsenal have lost to Southampton this season. Right? This is what we're talking about. They can lose games. You know what I mean? So away from home. We beat them anyway. No Donnarumma this year, so not sure how Safanov will perform the pressures this intense or high. I think he's been relatively okay, though. I think in general there was a lot of criticism about Safanov, but since I've been watching him in the Champions League, I think he's been okay. I think he's solid. Again, like what I would say is that PSG's strength is not their defense. It's not their defending. I would say that. But guys, this is why you need a successful Manchester United, because Manchester United, a successful, good Manchester United, would never allow this Arsenal team to win the league and to be in the Champions League final. We'll knock them out. That's what we do, to win the league or win the Champions League. We would never let that happen. You see, the teams like Man City have allowed this to happen. These useless teams. I think one of the worst things that happened was Atletico Madrid beating Barcelona because Barcelona went down to 10 men. And I don't think Barcelona would have lost to Arsenal. I think Barcelona would have beaten Atletico 11 against 11, and I think they would have beaten Arsenal over 2 legs. So that Atletico, that red card for Barcelona was the lifeline for Arsenal, in my opinion. Ephraim, what's up? Sal, big up. This game is wide open, guys. Now that Nice has scored, I couldn't see a goal coming for Nice, but since actually when Lance scored the second, they did create a couple of chances, but it was a good header from Koulibaly there to make it 2-1. Guys, they're back in the game. Fair play to them. They've responded well. It's a nice little intricate header as well. Really good. Nice little intricate header. So Koulibaly. So this can go 2 ways, guys. If it gets 2-2, knowing my luck, it'd be extra time. You know what I mean? Knowing my luck. But yeah, I can see Lance scoring a couple more. I can see that. I'm going to predict this game, guys. I'm going to say it's going to end 4-2 to Lance. There's my prediction. Right now, I know it's a half-time prediction, but I'm going to say it's going to end 4-2 to Lance today. That is my prediction. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I think it'll be something like that. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. If you can do that for me, they're absolutely fantastic. If you're new to the stream, why not subscribe? Guys, if you like what you're seeing, if you like the watch-alongs, why not subscribe to the channel? Don't forget to smash a like on the video. Put your notifications on. What's your thought on Pep gone? I think that it's a great opportunity for other teams to take charge now. Obviously, Arsenal are going to be thinking that they're going to be dominating football now. This is one thing about it. What they're going to be talking about is dominating football. I have no time for Arsenal fans. I have no time to talk to Arsenal fans. I don't want to talk to them, because if I talk to them about what I really think about this Premier League season and the things that happened, they're just going to get all defensive and have hissy fits and have to have 3 or 4 against 1. And that's what happens with them. You know, they can't argue 1-on-1. What I would say is that Arsenal are going to be thinking that they're going to be dominating football for the next few years. It's up to us, Man United fans and Man United Football Club, to make sure that doesn't happen. That's what we need to think about. Make sure that we go out there, make sure that we win the league and take that league title from them. You know, it's a new challenge, guys. It's a challenge that we have to face, and why not face it head on? And why don't we go out there and try and win this league next season? And what better way than to take the title from the Arsenal? You know, so when I'm talking about Man United and when I talk about the title, you know, our Arsenal fans are very arrogant. They don't know the circumstances, they don't know the context. They look at it and they just want to downplay Manchester United, and they don't actually think we can win it. Why don't we just show them up and show them that we can win it? Do you know what I mean? I think we can. I really do. Absolutely. Yeah. Be back, guys. Exactly that. Put this one on. Raja, have respect to Arsenal as a club, but to Arsenal fans, no way. Exactly, Raja. Yeah, nothing against Arsenal Football Club. They're a heritage football club. They're a big football club. They're supported around the world. However, exactly what you said there, Raja, spot on. It's nothing to do with Arsenal Football Club. And I think people need to move away from this. Oh, it's Arsenal Football Club. They got this. The fans are awful. They're horrible people. People don't understand that. Majority of Arsenal fans are disgusting. They're not like guys, I've been around the block with football. I've been around the world watching football. I've been everywhere. Right? I've been around Europe. I've been at hundreds of Man United games. And I used to come up from London to go and see Man United play a lot. And sometimes I'll go to the Champions League game. And after the Champions League games, there's relatively no hotels because the hotels get sold out quickly. So what I used to do, I used to wait in Manchester Piccadilly station. And I used to sit there till about 1 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the first train that goes down to like Sheffield. And then it goes, then you swap it Sheffield, and then you go to Nottingham. And then from Nottingham, you go to London, right? That's Man United fan for you, right? Real one. You know what I mean? But whilst I was waiting for the train, I would meet up with, in the station, there would be Liverpool fans sometimes, Chelsea fans sometimes, Arsenal fans sometimes. And I've never had a decent conversation with an Arsenal fan. Right, let me tell you. I've sat there for hours talking to Liverpool fan, right? About football, about this, about that player, about this, and talking about real football, right? I've sat there for hours. I've sat there with even a City fan and done that. I've sat there with a Newcastle fan and done that. I've never sat down and had a open, honest conversation with an Arsenal fan, because an Arsenal fan will always go, "Ah, you're crap. You had your day. Yeah, you did this, you did that," and they always will come up with some like cheeky comments and things like that. You know, and as I've said many times in my life, throughout all the success that Man United had when I was growing up, I've only ever had one compliment from an Arsenal fan, which is my next door neighbor. One in my whole life. No Arsenal fan has ever come up to me. And to this day, of all the streams I've been on and things like that, no Arsenal fan has said to me, "You know what, Sal, well done on Man United. Great performance. You know what a team you are, what a player he is. Da, da, da." Do you know what I mean? Ephraim, spot on. We need to compete with them. We can't let them go on this. Look, they're going to think in their mind, we got over the line, we're going to do it again. That's going to be in their mind, guys. We got to be responsible for changing that. This league is there for the taking. I'm telling you, this league is there for the taking. We got to ensure that, you know what, we do it. Don't let let's not let them get ahead of themselves. So it definitely needs this rivalry back. Yeah, maybe, Raja, maybe this has ignited the rivalry again. Maybe this is ignited the real rivalry in English football. over the last 30 years, which is Man United and Arsenal, the proper rivalry. Arsenal, Wenger, Ferguson. Maybe we can create a rivalry between Arteta and Carrick. Come on. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? We have to aim at these things, isn't it? And let's take that league title for them next season. Let's put them under pressure next season. Let's give them some questions next season. You know what I mean? Nobody wants a resurgent Manchester United, and Manchester United that is going to be second in the league, challenging for the title. Nobody wants a resurgent Manchester United. Nobody. You know, because once we start getting in our stride, and we're second in the league, and we're sitting a couple of points behind Arsenal, for example, or we're sitting up top of the league, everyone is going to be honestly panicking. Everyone's going to be panicking, you know? Guys, just waiting for the second half to start. Guys, let's not forget England are in the World Cup. Of course, lots of controversies about England, but one thing I would say about the World Cup squad, out of everything, is that you have to win games, and that's it. Ultimately, it's about winning football matches. And maybe Tuchel has a plan. I'm going to wait and see. Obviously, Tuchel may have a plan in regards to the England squad and stuff. There's still a lot of quality in that England squad. I mean, Morgan Gibbs, again, should have been playing, another one. You know what I mean? Yeah, they have the arrogance of Real Madrid. They do. They're like Real. They have arrogance around. But actually, I've been to the Bernabeu many times. I've seen Man United, Real Madrid a few times, and I never felt that they were as arrogant as they could be with 15 European Cups and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal. Arsenal just. I mean, they're awful, man. They're awful, and look. Nobody respects their title. You know, nobody respects it. Everyone knows what's going on. That's why it's a bit low key. No one's talking about it here in the UAE. Where I am, nobody's talking about Arsenal champions. Nothing. Nobody cares about Arsenal. Everyone knows what happened with this, with these decisions and things like that. You know. Sort this mic out if I can. Get rid of that shadow. In the shadow of the time. Raja. They act like they are the new Guardiola prime Barcelona, mate. Listen, if they don't win another league title, if they don't win the Champions League, they're no different to Leicester City. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? If they go on this winning run, it's up to us to stop that from happening. You know, we have to stop it, because I look at this Arsenal team and I don't see anything amazing about this Arsenal team. I really don't. I think this Arsenal team is incredibly overrated, and I think the league is incredibly overrated. I think football in general, as a package, European football, English football, I think it's really gone down. I think it's really regressed, in my opinion. I do. I think it's really regressed. And I think that Man United have an opportunity to take charge. Why not? We're Man United. We should be thinking like that. You know, we shouldn't be thinking negatively. We should be thinking, yeah, we should be. You know? Just waiting for the second half to start, guys. I think the second half should have already started. My goodness me, what's going on here? Yeah, just waiting for the second half to start. Don't know why the second half hasn't started yet. Should have started by now, of course. Yeah, it's still half time. I don't know why the half time is taking so long, but it's still it's half time in that game. I'm just waiting for the second half to start. Yeah. So yeah, look, 30th of May is the time. I feel like 30th of May could be a massive massive day in history in football. I think it'd be a massive day in history. The history of football would be massive. If PSG go out there and absolutely sweep them off the floor and beat them well, it's going to shut down Arsenal. Arsenal's confidence will be down. Absolutely. Ed, what's going on, my friend? I'll take Sangare. What do you think, Ed, about Koulibaly, the 17-year-old in midfield for Nice, who scored the goal for Nice, who got him back into the game? Been very impressed with him. Sangare, yeah, very good player. Definitely. Sean, what's going on? How you doing? Well, good to see you. Do you think Man City will hit the ground running next season under a new manager? Can I be honest with you? No, Sean, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll reach anywhere near the heights. I think Pep Guardiola, I hope, I mean, maybe I'm speaking of hope more than logic, but I hope that they have their David Moyes moments, you know. I hope that Enzo Maresco becomes that guy. You know, I don't think he'll be anywhere near as good as Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola was a genius. And I think it's a great opportunity for everyone else, you know. And one of those teams is Manchester United. Why not? Why not win the top three? Why not go for it? You know what I mean? And that's what I would say. I don't understand the pessimism. I don't understand why, you know, people don't have that belief that we can, you know. Absolutely. Teams are coming out here pretty late, guys. I don't know why they're so late coming out of the tunnel. It's been like a 20-minute sort of halftime interview here. Two-one to Lens at halftime, guys. Courtesy of Torvan and Duard put Lens 2-0 up. And Koulibaly, the 17-year-old midfielder, got Nice back into this game. Just waiting for the second half, guys, to kick off. Yeah, don't forget to join me, guys. I've got Bayern Munich against Stuttgart tomorrow. Yeah, he's a young one, Ed. He's young, but it's something to keep an eye on. You know, considering that Nice might get relegated, it's a player to keep an eye on. Do you know what I mean? Because they got to play a two-legged playoff against Saint Etienne, and they might go down to the second division in France. So why not Man United? Especially with the fact with Jim Ratcliffe's connection to Nice, why don't we look at Koulibaly and bring him in? Why not? Yeah, Sangare is one of the top-rated players in France at the moment. But I'm looking at, guys, let's not forget, there's teams looking at Lamine Camara at the moment. I would much rather Man United sign Lamine Camara than sign Edison. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. That guy is an absolute animal, and he's going to go to a big club, you see. Liverpool already sniffing around Camara, as they would do. Anyway, we're ready for the kickoff. Kickoff is underway. Finally, guys. It was a long half time, wasn't it, guys? Kickoff is underway in the second half. 2-1 to Lens, guys. Can Nice, big goal. The next goal is a massive goal, isn't it? It's a massive goal. The next goal, massive goal. The people who say unrealistic, they are the ones making excuses for the owners. Exactly. They want to buy their owners' time, don't they? That's what they want. They just want to buy the owners' time. That's all they want to do. You know, and it's disgraceful. We should always have high expectation at Man United. We should always believe at Man United, you know. And if you can't win the league with Man United, you're not the right guy. And that's what I would say about that. Then you go on and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Here come Nice in the second half. Klaus, Sangare, Apong, Mendy. Obviously, Nice looking to start the second half on fire, looking to start the second half well. Should do that. I think they have played pretty well, Nice, to be honest with you. It's just a couple of goals that they conceded, obviously, for set pieces mainly. The first goal was a very good goal from Tulvan. But yeah, Dante. Apong. Passes it long here. Wahi. He's in the box. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. But yeah, again, great start in the second half for Nice. Good start for them. They'd be delighted with that start. That's what they need. They need something like that. They need something like a really Wahi with a shot there. But it just went straight at the goalkeeper. Another good save from the goalkeeper there, guys. Risa, who's not the first goalkeeper, by the way. He's not the first goalkeeper. It's a corner to Nice. A throw in to Nice, sorry. Flicked on. Cleared away. Cleared away by Lance. Raja. Agume from CBL looks like he's good. Lucien Agume is a very good one as well. I mean, a lot of these players I feel like have higher ceilings than Edison, and I don't know why Man United are going after Edison. I really don't. For me, even as a third midfield signing, he's not the best option for me, you know. And another thing about England, where's Alex Scott? You know, it's another mistake, isn't it? Alex Scott's been phenomenal for Bournemouth this season. Why ain't he in England squad? Do you know what I mean? There's another one for you right there, Alex Scott. You know, why he's on the floor? He's asking why the referee is not giving him a foul. Come on, lad, let's go. I think he needs to concentrate and just. There's nothing in there. Come on, mate. There's nothing in that challenge. There was nothing in that challenge. Brush it off. Brush it off. There was nothing in that challenge. Stade de France looking amazing, of course. Here come Lons, though, and it's offside. It's offside. I love the fact that you can still have fireworks in France, isn't it? Like in England, you can't have fireworks. There's no fireworks, really, is there? They just have the flags. You know, especially those Man City flags. You know, they have them anyway in a good day. And it's a goal kick here, guys, to Nice. Dupe takes it long. Abdul Hamid, and it's out. It's out for another corner. Nice have started this half very, very well. They started very well. They started this half very well. Klaus is going to take the corner. Udo is taking the corner, I believe. Udo, sorry, not Klaus. Klaus plays for... Udo will be taking the corner. He's taking the corner. It's out. It's cleared away. It's unmarked. Oh, goodness me. The same routine. It was Wahi. Almost got in the end of it. Guys, it's Koulibaly. He headed it down towards Wahi, but he didn't quite get the accuracy there. Raja, APL matches have sort of dead atmosphere. Yeah. I'm not surprised because of the football that's been promoted. Have you noticed that when Man United play, the majority of the time Man United have entertaining games with like 3-3, 4-4, 3-2. You know, Man United generally is still a very entertaining team in general. You know, and we always have been. You know, but with other teams, they've made the lead. They're slowly making the league boring, in my opinion, and that's what I think. Yeah, still 2-1 to Lens, guys. 50 minutes gone on the clock. What the next goal is such a big goal. I think if Lens get the next goal, they win. If Nice get the next goal, it's going to be open, guys. Anyway, here come Nice again on the attack. Started this half very well. You see when you score a goal just before halftime, it gives you that confidence. It gives you that confidence in the second half to go on. You know, such a good time to score. You know. That's what happens. It's a mental game, football, isn't it? It's a mental game, as well as a talent game. It's a mental game. You have to. Here come Lance though on the counter attack here. He cuts inside. He cuts in again. Chance. Oh, shot from. He's going to shoot again. It's a chance. Again, and then Len's coming close there. Couple of chances there from Turvan and to get it into the box. And Thomason. He had a chance there to get into the box. Oh, he's won the ball back. Is it a foul? It's not. It's a chance. Oh, it's a side netting. The side netting from Lance. Like he hit it. They lost the ball there. Rather foolish play there. Here's Thomason with the shot again, and it just hit the side netting. Not a great shot. Could have bent that into the back of the net, to be honest with you. It's a goal kick to Nice. It's a goal kick to Nice. The atmosphere, guys, if you look at the atmosphere and you just judge by the atmosphere, Nice, the RC Lens look like the more passionate fans, don't they? They're more vocal in the stadium, in my opinion. You know, they're the ones with the fireworks and things like that. They do look a lot more vocal and a lot more passionate, in my opinion. Just what I'm observing at the moment. Yeah, I mean, definitely. So while he's been fouled, no, it's going to be a throw in to Lens. It's going to be a throw in to Lens. So the number 28, Thomason, is already here. Come Lens though. It's a good attack here. They've got a chance here. Oh, why did he shoot? Why are you shooting over? It's a very tight angle there. You're never going to get it in from there unless you're Andy Cole. You're never going to get it in from there. My goodness me. Saint Maximin did well, and it was blasted way over the bar, guys. Way over the bar from Abdul Hamid. Abdul Hamid, just keep your head. You need to keep your head in those situations. You need to look up and analyze what's going on around you. And if the players are coming in the box, you can pick one out. Jay, what's going on, my bro? What's going on? Edison being left out of the bench by Atalanta. So is that so he don't get injured before he comes to us? Yeah. For me, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm incredibly worried about Man United. I'll be honest, guys. If he's the third signing, I'll be all right. That's all right. Third signing, third midfield signing. I just can't see for the life of me how Man United, for the third signing, was signing a 27-year-old. You know what I mean? For the third signing. I think the only reason we signed Edison is because he's cheap and he's easy. The fact is that nobody else wanted him, right? And he's not in a 50-man Brazil squad. I mean, I think that is pretty damning, in my opinion. You know, looking at that Brazil squad, it's one of the worst Brazil squads I've ever seen. I think that's pretty damning, in my opinion. Look, he comes to Man United, he's going to get all my support. Of course he is. But this is an Inos thing again. This is Glazer's thing again. There's so many better midfielders out there. There's some on the pitch today. What I'm watching, you know what I mean? There's one on the pitch today, you know. So, we just have to hope, isn't it, that it's not the marquee signing and it's just the third midfield signing. But there's a lot of red flags there, you know. With Tonali, of course, there's lots of conflicting reports about Tonali. There's lots of reports about Tonali's off. Man United not going for him. There's lots of reports about Tonali, you know, is in talks with Man United and he could still go to Man United. You see, this is the thing, you know, you have to separate, which I'm going to find out tomorrow morning, guys. I wake up every morning, early in the morning at 5 o'clock. I get the latest news from Man United. Guys, remember this morning in my thumbnail, it said deal done with a picture of Edison. You think I do these things by just to get hype, to get clicks? I won't get my recognition though, will I? I won't get the recognition though, will it? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, if I go on a thumbnail and I say the deal was almost done and it's not done, then you know what does that make me look like? And there you go, guys. Everyone's saying the deal is almost done today. If we lose Anderson to Man City, that says it all what the board are like. If we lose Anderson to Man City, we need to like brush ourselves down. Say, okay, he's gone to Man City. That's a very good signing for them. It's going to be difficult now because they've improved their team significantly. The thing with Anderson, right? Anderson is a Manchester United player through and through. He just comes across to me as a Man United player. We need to look at Tchouaméni. We need to look at, the Stillers and need to go and get Tchouaméni. Go and get Tonali. Go and get these players. There's an opportunity to make it up. There isn't like we won't just cry about it. If we lose out on him, go and get Tchouaméni. Impress us and see what we can do. Go and get someone. Get a Stiller. Get a Fernandes. Look, if we got like a Mateus Fernandes and an Angelo Stiller, I don't think that would be that bad as well. Because I like both of those players. My biggest worry is this, right? Look, if Man United signed Mateus Fernandes and Angelo Stiller alongside Kobe Mainoo, okay, it's not that bad. It's not the best. Oh, nearly. It's not the best, but I live with that. But my fear is that we're going to get Baleba and Edison, guys. Baleba and Edison in that midfield. That's my biggest fear. Because I know that is a relegation midfield, guys. So let's not be deceived by Serie A. Serie A, McTominay looks like a world beater in Serie A. Guys, trust me. Ephraim, they are many midfielders. How they do not scout? Because you know what it is. They don't want to. How would I say it? They don't want to have competition. They don't want to work hard for it. They just want someone who's an open goal, basically. 50 million euros for Edison. Did we not pay that money for Mason Mount with a year left on his contract? Have we not learned our lesson? And this is what I'm talking about. Have we not learned our lesson? Have we not thought about this? Have we not learned from the PTSD? Have we, that the fact that, we 50 million for a player with 1 year left on his contract? We're doing it again. We're doing the same mistakes again. This is not a 20-year-old, guys. It's not a 21-year-old. It's a bloody 27-year-old player that nobody else wants. Not in the Brazil squad, And when we analyze Edison more effectively, right? Let me just have a look at this. So 30 games this season in Serie A, 2 goals, 1 assist. He has, let me just have a look. So he's nearly 27. He'll be 27 in July. So before the season starts, he will be 27. Okay? He'll be 27. Now, it's out for a goal kick for Nice, for Lance. For Nice, sorry. Is that Linz? Yeah. He's got 3 in his career, guys. Let me just say this, right? In his career, he's got 3 caps for Brazil only. At 26 going on 27, he's only got 3 caps for Brazil. 3. Now, I can get you, for example, a player like Ryan, who plays for Bournemouth, who's a young lad from Bournemouth, just signed for Bournemouth. I can get you a player like him, right? I know he's an attacker, but I can get a player like him. And, he's already got a cap for Brazil, right? So when you're thinking about Edison, he's got 3 caps in his whole career for Brazil. Brazil give out caps if you're talented. They're not one of those teams that don't give out caps. You know what I mean? Letting Man City improve with Anderson, especially with the next 5-10 years, that is unbearable. Can't have that happen. It will happen, mate, if we don't pull our finger out, at the end of the day. Anyway, Nice have got a free kick here on the left-hand side. Klaus will be taking this free kick. Can they get the ball? They're taking it short, strangely. Strange. Why they take it short? Now they get the ball in the box. Yeah, and then they clear it. It's a really weird free kick from Nice there. Oh, but there's a chance. Oh, it's off the bar. Did it go over the line? Did it go over the line? My goodness me. What a chance. Great chance for Nice. When it hit the underside of the bar there. It hit the under. My goodness, I thought that was 2-2. But it went over the line as well. Yeah, that's my fear as well. The scary feeling. Yeah, look. Let me have a look at this. Oh, it just needed to be an inch lower, and that's a goal. Unlucky there. Off the underside of the crossbar. Raja, don't think he's guaranteed starter at Man United as well. In regards to Edison, no, he shouldn't be, but he will be. Now, we have to look at this critically, guys. I want people to understand this, right? When we signed Ugarte, everyone wanted Ugarte in the fan base. Everyone on the stream, everyone who's still here remembers that we were ranting, we were raving about Ugarte. Ugarte's statistics were incredible, right? And he came from PSG. Is Edison really better than Ugarte? And what makes people think that Edison's better than Ugarte? Now, when you think about Ugarte's playing in the Premier League, right? Edison's playing in Serie A. Like I said many times, Serie A is not the league that it used to be. It's a tougher chance for Nice. And it's a good tackle there. Wahi's playing well today, guys. He really is playing well. Wahi's really playing well. I like that player. Absolutely. There's another good challenge, though, from Gainu. Gainu with another good challenge. He's been their best defender, Lance. And Lance are looking to make a couple of changes here, guys. They're looking to make a couple of changes. Anyway, corner be taken for Nice. Corner comes in, cleared away. Yeah, they're making changes there, but Nice are here on the Lance are here on the counter attack here. Turvan back to Abdul Hamid in the midfield now to Sangare. Saw Udo cross comes in. Head well cleared away again. I don't know how Nice are in the relegation zone. I don't know how they got into the relegation zone. I really don't. Unbelievable. Lens, it does look like they're going to make a couple of changes here, guys. We've got about 27 minutes of the game. Still 2-1 to Lens. So it looks like, if I'm correct, a couple of players coming on. First change of the game. So Saib is come on. And Saeed has come on. Saint Maximum has come off, the former Newcastle player. And Sima is come on for Edouard. So the goal scorer, Edouard, and one of the Maximum, obviously, assisted the goal, has come off. So I'm surprised by Edouard. Edouard had got the second goal. Sima has come on. Yeah, well, there we are. They're taking a risk. That's what you do. Raja. I'm talking about Edison. He's more technical, Fred, mixed with some qualities from McTominay. I'm talking about, I don't know if he's better than Fred. Why would he be better than Fred? He's more technical than Fred. How is he more technical than Fred? Do you know how many caps Fred has for Brazil? Do you know how many caps? Do you know how many caps Fred had for Brazil when he was 27? Do you want me to look it up? How many caps does Fred have for Brazil? And he's still playing at Fenerbahce at a high level at 33. And now, so Fred, and people remember Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk. Let's not rewrite history here. He was brilliant. 32 caps for Brazil. 32 caps. People are guessing when they're talking about Edison. People are guessing when they're talking. You're guessing when you're talking about Edison. You're just guessing. You never watched him. Be honest. You don't watch Serie A, you're just saying that, oh, he's technically this, he's this and that. McTominay's better than Edison. I'll tell you that right now. McTominay is better than Edison. McTominay in midfield is better than Edison. Let me tell you that right now. Right? And everyone in Italy, and I'm close to Italians, everyone in Italy would tell you McTominay's better than Edison. You know? And where we go. If we're going to sign Edison 40-15, we may as well promote Sekou Kone. Or that's what I'm saying. I would much rather do that and save the money on a better player. That money will buy Stiller. Exactly, Ephraim. Exactly. But as I said, they're going for what's easier. They're going for what's easier. You know? What we have to look at is that, look at our midfield, right? We got Mainu, right? Let's say we got Mainu, we got Ugarte. I want better than what we have, right? I don't want worse. We need better. We need another. If, let's, for example, argument's sake, that Edison's going to be replacing Casemiro, that is an generational downgrade. That's Cristiano Ronaldo, Antonio Valencia downgrade. That is the biggest downgrade I can ever make. That's a Gabriel Obertan downgrade, guys. You know, let's just, for argument's sake, they're looking at Edison and they're thinking, yeah, he's going to place Casemiro. Man. No, guys, as I said, he's got 3 caps for Brazil. He's 27 years old. I mean, he's not in the Brazil squad for the World Cup, and a 50-man within Brazil squad, whatever it is, you know, and unbelievable. You know, unbelievable. Man United just do it to ourselves. We do it all the time to ourselves, you know. Now, if we go out and we go and buy Anderson and we go and buy Tonali, or we go buy an Anderson, we buy Fernandes, or we buy an Anderson and we buy a Stiller, then you're going to go, all right, okay, I live with that. But it's my biggest worry is that he's one of the main targets. He's one of the marquee signings. That's one of my biggest concerns, you know. But what can we do, guys? I mean, imagine coming to the Premier League at 26, 27 years old. He started 27 years old next season, wouldn't he? 22 minutes on this game to go, guys. Still 2-1 to Lens in a Coupe De France final. Lens are closing in on their first Coupe de France in their history. Of course, our OGC Nice have 3 Coupe de France. Last one was 1996, 1997. They won it. And that was the last time OGC Nice won it, guys. Big up everyone on the stream, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, guys. It'd be great to have you on board. Thank you, everyone who continues to support the channel as well. Really appreciate every single one of you. Absolute legends, of course. So we haven't had Fabrizio speak about Edison for a while, for a couple of hours now. We haven't had him speak about Edison for a couple of hours. We got everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me so far. Guys, can I just say something? We got 5 subscribers away from 14,100. So let's get to 14,100 subscribers, guys. If we can get that, hopefully we'll get that tomorrow. Let's hope we can get that. Let's get the subscribers up, guys. If you're here, if you're new, if you're just browsing, smash a subscription, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 14,100, guys, and let's slowly work our way up to 15,000. Of course, we want to get to 20,000, guys, and then we want to obviously ultimately get to the 100,000 mark one day, guys. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Absolutely. Free kick for Nice, cleared away, headed away, back out here to Wahi, kicks it there, deflected. Sangari. Now it's out wide here. Now it's Udo. He's got a player out running forward. It's a long ball. It's a good ball. Oh, just got cleared out. It's back here, guys. Cross comes in. If it's Lens score again, I think it's curtains. It's cleared away. And it's over the bar. Ephraim, if Edison does not for Brazil midfield, it is a huge red flag. Yeah, look, Ephraim, no, you know, it's not Brazil of 1999. You know, it's not Brazil of 1998. It's not Brazil of 2002. It's not Brazil of 1994. It's not that Brazil type. It's a bad Brazil side. You know what I mean? You know, you look at the names that are in that Brazil, they've got Brentford and Bournemouth players in their Brazil side. If someone told me that 30 years ago, I think you're absolutely mad. If someone said to you, Brazil are going to have a Brentford and a Bournemouth player playing for them, I'd be like, what? Yeah. You know, Raja, there are many players on the market. There is, Raja, there is many choices. And I think we're rushing into this deal. Atalanta are desperate. Let me tell you something, guys. Atalanta are desperate to sell Edison. They know he's finished, guys. They are playing us like they played us with Rasmus Højlund. They're doing it again. They're doing it again, and we're falling for the same trick. Inos are no different to the Glazers. We're falling for the same trick. They know that he has no value. So they're thinking this is the chance to cash in on him, and they're looking at better players in the market. Atalanta. And they're playing us, guys. Trust me. They're desperate to get rid of Edison. Trust me. They're looking to move on. Now, when you look at Atalanta and look at Atalanta's squad, the players that we should be going for Atalanta, like there are better players that Man United can go for than Edison. Better players, trust me, than Edison that we could sign from Atalanta. Yeah. If you want to know some names about their squad, I mean, De Kettere, that guy is brilliant, guys. I'll go through their squad, like in regards to their midfield, even if I can go through their midfield, even. Now, let me just get this up. So you got Charles De Kettere, that guy, brilliant player, very good player, plays for Belgium. He's another one, very good. Raspadori is a good player, guys. He's on loan at Atletico, though, isn't he? It's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Zaluski, very good player. 20 million is going to be less. I like Charles De Kettere, though. They've got this guy, Lazar Samacic. Guys, do you honestly think that they've gone to Michael Carrick and they said, Michael, do you want Edison or do you want Anderson? What do you think Michael Carrick's going to say? Again, this is a bold choice. This isn't a Carrick choice. This is a bold choice. The bold choice, yeah. This isn't a Carrick choice. Guys, we've got about 17 minutes to go. 16 minutes to go. It's still 2-1 to Lens here. Can Lens wrap up the game, or will Nice get an equaliser, guys? They're running out of time. They've got 15 minutes to go. They're running out of time. They have to do something here, Nice. It's going to be it's a goal kick to Nice now. Partisan atmosphere in France, especially with the Lens fans. I like the Lens fans. They're really loud, energetic. Not seen much of Nice in regards to their fans. They got the Jim Ratcliffe hangover, haven't they? Like we have. Foul for Nice, definitely. Satoka's coming on for Nice. For Lens, sorry. Satoka's coming on for Lens here. They're making another change. They are changing things up a little bit. Putting the energy up. Long ball there. Cleared away. Nice going long here. Wahi wins back the ball. Not quite. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Hope you're all well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Really appreciate everyone. Dupé takes the goal kick. It's out here wide to Mendy. Mendy passes out here on the wing, guys, to Koulibaly. Koulibaly is a ball. It was actually Klaus who lost the ball. It's one back here, though, Koulibaly, though. Great bit of play. Good play. Gets back on his feet. A little bit. He's done a little bit too much there. It's out here back wide. Gus comes in. And it's cleared. It's cleared by Lens. Free kick. It's a free kick. Ephraim, how they are signing by underwhelming players. I mean, it's a bad start to the window. Let's be honest. It's a bad start. Look, people can say, "Oh, don't be negative. Don't be." But these are the same people. They're the problems in Man United. They're the problems at Man United right now. We should be looking to win the league, guys, not just buying anyone because they're easy to get. I guarantee you guys, guys, watch this, right? We're going to go after Baleba next. And that is a relegation midfield. That's a downgrade for Mainu and Casemiro. Big time downgrade. You know what I mean? So Tuben's coming off, guys. Of course, scored the first goal for Lens. Satoka will be coming on for Lens, guys. Substitution. Satoka plays as a striker. Florian Satoka. Coming on the pitch. So a little bit about Florian Satoka. He is 35 years old. He's been around the block, guys. He's quite old. He's played for the likes of Montpellier, Grenoble. Goal! Lens have wrapped it up, guys. It's 3-1 to Lens. And it's Sima, the substitute, has scored, guys. 3-1 to Lens. And Jim Ratcliffe's Nice look like they're going to be defeated today, guys. I said that the next goal will be the crucial goal in this game, guys. It definitely is. It's all to do now for Nice. A long ball from the keeper. It's bad defending there. He got through and he just nicked it past the goalkeeper, Risa. He nicked it past him just about. But Sima got there. It's a good improvisation from the player, but it's bad defending, to be fair, and bad goalkeeping, in my opinion. The goalkeeper sort of rushed out. I don't know why. Dante got a little flick on it. He inadvertently assisted Sima there. Mendy couldn't keep up pace with Sima, and Sima just nicked it past the goalkeeper there. And it's 1-0. It's 3-1 to Lens here, and Lens are looking to win their first Coupe de France title, guys. They look very good for their money. Congratulations. They're going to be winning their first Coupe de France, guys, in their history, is Lens. With extensions to average players like Dalot and Maguire. Yeah, that's a red flag as well, isn't it, Rajat? That's a red flag as well. You know, so far, what are the facts? We've extended Maguire and Dalot. Facts. That's going to be the facts. Dalot's going to be signing. Don't worry about that. That is the facts that we have to look at. Do you know what I mean? Sima with the goal after 76 minutes. What can Nice do to respond, guys? They haven't got long. They've got 11 minutes. It does look like their dream is over and they need to concentrate on that relegation playoff against Saint Etienne. That's what they need to do. Of course, the playoff is a two-legged affair. Lens win the ball back. It's a free kick to Nice. Free kick to Nice. Satoka with the foul. Great atmosphere in the stadium. Lens are buzzing at the moment. First Coupe de France, guys. It's a bit like winning your FA Cup for the first time. That's basically what it is. It's a bit like winning the FA Cup for the first time. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm literally 5 away from 14,100 subscribers, guys. We're moving quickly. We've had 100 subscribers already in the last couple of days. Let's get it up to 14,100 and let's move on. And let's try and get to 15,000 quickly, guys. We have to get those likes up, the subscriptions up. Keep spreading the Stretford Post word. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Wahi. Thank you, everyone who's joining me for these watch-alongs as well, guys. You know, yeah, it's good. Like, guys, I watch a lot of football. You know, even when I'm not doing watch-alongs, I'm watching football. I do watch a lot of football from around the world. You know, so I don't guess. I do watch. You know, and yeah, it's great to bring you this French. The first French watch-along I've done. The first French game I've done. under you guys, apart from the Champions League, of course. And don't forget to join me for the Pokal final, guys. It is Bayern Munich against Stuttgart tomorrow. We're going to be on Stiller watch, of course. Stiller. Couple of players there in Stuttgart's team I like. Guys, also there's a few players at Bayern Munich I wouldn't mind, of course. So I will be on that watch tomorrow. I'll be doing the watch along for the Bayern Munich game. That should be exciting tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to it. We got 9 minutes to go, guys. Lens 3, Nice 1 at the moment, and it looks like Lens will be going to obviously their second. They're going to be in the Champions League next season anyway. But yeah, their first trophy, their first Coupe de France trophy. They're basically first FA Cup. Basically, what it is. Nice players on the floor, doesn't look in a good way. What happened here? Yeah. Yeah, the defending, that's such a, it was an unlucky goal to concede, but because it came off Dante's head and it went to Sima. It just fell perfectly for Sima, and then he just about got his toe in it. I think the goalkeeper rushed out too much, in my opinion. Surprised about Saint Maximin, though. I am surprised by him because when he was playing for Newcastle, he always looked very good. You know, I was very impressed with him. Do you remember when we were linked to Saint Maximin a few years ago, and then everyone was saying, "Oh, he's a good player." Just disappeared, didn't he? Went off the radar. Cross comes in from Nice, header away. They need a goal now if they've got any chance, guys. They can make it a nervy last few minutes. Chance hits the post. My goodness me. Hit the post. How that stayed out, I don't know, guys. How that stayed out. Unbelievable. Did he save that? If he saved that, that's unbelievable. So unlucky there. That would have been 3-2. That would have given it a very, very nervous last few minutes, guys. It really would have gave a very, very nervous last few minutes. Unbelievable. Because it was Abdi who hit the post. It was a good header, to be honest with you. It was a good header. We've got about 5 minutes to go, guys, here. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Really appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, for Breaking Dawn, early in the morning. Breaking Dawning, as usual, guys, for the latest Man United news. Of course, I'm sure it's going to be a busy summer, guys. I'm sure it should be a busy summer anyway, regardless of what. It should be a busy summer, definitely. Opong. Mendy. It's out here wide. Great cross, and it's just cleared away from Lens. I think it's a great cross. It was a brilliant cross there. I think it was Klaus who took that cross. He looks a decent player, Klaus, the number 92. It's a yellow card here for Koulibaly. But yeah, everyone in the stream, guys, thank you so much for. I hope you enjoyed Stretford Post on this Coupe de France final. Guys, it looks like Lens will be winning the first final of the Coupe de France in their history, live on Stretford Post, guys. Absolutely. Here comes. He's in the box again, Lens. They're going to get a fourth here if they're not careful. Nice playing around a little bit. It's going to be a free kick to Nice here. Yeah, they got in the box relatively easy. Wahi got the fight. The one player I've been impressed with today is Wahi. I think Wahi's worked tirelessly. I haven't seen Jim Ratcliffe yet. You know, when the cameras pan to various people in the stadium, I haven't seen Jim Ratcliffe yet. Is Jim not at this stadium? Do you think that's, Jim owns Nice, right? Do you think Jim and Inos, representatives of Inos, should have been at the stadium today? Don't you think? João Felix, by the way, just to let you know, a bit of other news. João Felix has won the Player of the Season in Saudi Arabia. I'm shocked by that. I'm actually shocked by that because I've seen João Felix play a couple of times for Al Nassr, and he's looked a little bit meh. You know what I mean? But he wins the Player of the Season. Fair play. Cleared away. Throw in for Nice. Great atmosphere in Stade de France, though, you have to admit. Really great atmosphere. Don't forget, guys, to join me for the watch along tomorrow between Bayern Munich and Stuttgart. That should be a good game, really. That should be a good game. Some good players in that. Obviously, Bayern Munich will be heavy favourites, of course. But yeah, Bayern Munich could have won a treble this year if they beat PSG, isn't it? Cross comes in, cleared away by Nice, by Lens. It's a throw into Nice on the near side, guys, on the right-hand side. They get a goal now, giving themselves a few minutes plus injury time to like sort of put a little bit of pressure on. Do you know what I mean? If the board can't get Anderson, they should probably go get both Tonali and Mateus Fernandes, as both would be a World Cup. They should move differently this summer. I will be happy with that, man. Then you see, look, and we shouldn't give up on Anderson, of course. We shouldn't. But if they don't get Anderson, Tonali and Mateus Fernandes wouldn't be a bad shout. Stiller and Mateus Fernandes wouldn't be a bad shout. Those two. My biggest worry, man, is that we're going to get Edison and we're going to get Belabor. That is scary in a bad way, not in a good way. That's scary in a bad way, in my opinion. I mean, I think we're going to get Edison and Belabor. And if that happens, my goodness me, because you don't have to get the Andersons and that. You can get Mateus Fernandes. You can get a Tonali. And I don't think that'd be that bad. It would work well with Mainu. It's still not the best. I think Anderson is a leader. Honestly, it's not just about Anderson as his ability. It's Anderson's a leader. Anderson is a Manchester United player, and Anderson should be playing for Man United. He's what we need. Exactly. He's an enforcer. He dictates. He's, if it wasn't for him, Nottingham Forest would be relegated long time ago. And he's the player that we need, definitely, 100%. And I'm telling you right now, and let me predict this right now before it even happens, guys. And I want everyone to remember this in the stream. Anderson will be in the World Cup team of the year of the tournament. He will be in the World Cup team of the tournament. Trust me on that one. You're going to see it. He'll be in the 11. Here comes Lens, looking for a fourth to totally rub their noses in it. It's a corner to Lens now. Again, cleared away by Mendy. So we were given new contracts because they are nice people. It's amazing. Yeah. They're a good lad. He's a good lad. We give him a new contract. He's a good lad. That's what we do. That's been the problem, isn't it? Of course, the Nice manager used to manage Leicester, if you remember, Piol. Used to manage Leicester and Southampton, if you remember him. Anyway, corner to Nice, Sudoka. Another corner to Nice. Nice are way in here. We're in the 90th minute, guys. We're going to see how much time is being added on here. Might be a bit of time added on, but I would say 5 minutes. 5 minutes has been added on here, guys, in this game. So, they've got 5 minutes. It does look like Nice are going to win their first Coupe de France in their history, guys. Congratulations to them. They're playing a short corner. They're just looking to... It's going to be a fourth here. Oh, no penalty. They're claiming a penalty. Mandem. Yes, as we've seen in previous streams, the Belabor links especially aren't going away, which is worrying. And now added to the Edison at 1-1 with them two in our midfield doesn't look solid. Mate, can I tell you something, Mandem? And I want people to be very... Here come Nice, though. I want people to be honest. For me, looking at the midfields in England... Right. I want people to be honest here. For argument's sake, right? Edison and Belabor. Where would you rank it in the Premier League? Would you think, for me, it stinks of a relegation midfield. That's what it's not. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating here, guys. You know, Serie A is not all that. You know what I mean? And people need to understand that. You know, they can hype up Baleba and Edison all they want. The facts remain, right? Nobody wants Baleba. Nobody wants Edison apart from Manchester United. Brazil don't want Edison. You know, they're not picking. They got a poor squad, Brazil, and they're not even picking him. You know? What can we say about it? You know? It's incredible. Like, what we're doing here, you know? Anyway, we got about 3 minutes to go in this game, guys. Lens 3, Nice 1 in this Coupe de France final. Sanson has got a yellow card for Nice. Yeah, it's not a good day for them. Nice just need to pick themselves up and need to think about the playoff against Saint Etienne to help themselves stay up because they're in a relegation thing. But look, guys, I just want to demonstrate something because I'm doing this game. I'm watching this game, all right? The French league, Lens. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Lens, they're not as rich as Nice. They're not anything like that, but they're second in the French division. They're second. They're about to win the Coupe de France. Nice, run by Inos. Money, right? Are in a relegation zone and it's down to a playoff where they get relegated or not. They're being beaten here easily by Lens. Now, this is football heritage. This is Ineos heritage, guys. This is Ineos heritage right here. This is what we're talking about. Now, when we're linked to the likes of Edison and we're linked to the likes of Baleba, football heritage, mate. It's what they're doing. They're destroying. They don't know what they're doing, guys. They really don't. They don't know what they're doing. They're just saying, right, we wanted Edison a couple of years ago. He must still be good. And he's cheap now. Why don't we just sign him? Yeah. Everyone, you know what? That's going to make the fans happy. We just signed Edison. Yeah, let's do that. That's why they're doing it. Cheap and easy. Comfort Zones FC. It's bad, but you'll see the tacticals trying to bamboozle us into seeing it's a decent sign. Well, we'll see that, won't we? Next season, man, then we're going to see that, isn't it? It's not Edison's fault. It's not Baleba's fault. It's none of them fault. It's the Glazers and Ineos. It's their fault. And it's the people who hype them up. Guys, Manchester United are not Atalanta. We know what happens to Atalanta players at Manchester United. Look, let me just give you an example, guys, and people get defensive here. Lookman has been distinctly average for Atletico Madrid, right? Lookman at Atalanta was seen as a world beater at Atalanta. He's average. Look at him against Arsenal. What did he do? He lost them the tie, right? He lost them both ties, right? Rasmus came to Man United. What did he do? What happened to Rasmus? He got sunk at Manchester United. Now we're going after Edison. This is what we're talking about, right? Again, he's coming in, but he's not young. He's 27 in July. That's what we're talking about. And then, you know, we do it to ourselves, as Radiohead once said. We really do. Ephraim, instead of catching the City and Arsenal, we are regressing by this signings. I'm seeing Liverpool signing a decent youngster today. I'm seeing Liverpool heavily going after Yan Diomande. Liverpool are looking to fix their problem areas, and they spent $500 million last year, you know? And that's what we're talking about. Here come Lens. He's in the box again. They're looking for that for it's offside. It's offside. Full time, guys. Lens are the Coupe de France champions 2026. Congratulations to them. The first time that they've won this tournament, guys. Well done to Lens, guys. And the manager has done a remarkable job at Lens, the Lens manager. He's done a remarkable job there. Second in the French league, guys. And now they've won the Coupe de France. Absolutely brilliant, guys. Absolutely brilliant. For them, he's brought them back, the manager, Pierre Sargue. He's brought them back, guys. And now they are the Coupe de France champions. Congratulations to Lens. Congratulations to the fans. Great atmosphere here, guys. And Lens are back. Guys, they're back. If you know, you know. They are back. They used to be in Europe 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Used to be in the Champions League and things like that. Yeah, unlucky to Nice, guys. Sorry about Nice. Really, really sorry about Nice. But That's the Jim Ratcliffe effect. I'm sorry, guys. That's the Jim Ratcliffe effect, isn't it? They lose. Serial losers. Specialists in losing. Absolutely. We've been mediocre for years, and it seems like most fans are unable to get out of that mentality. They've been polluted into it. They've been formed molded into the Inos, Glinios sort of mentality. But the problem is, what I know is that a lot of those people, the people who believed in Inos and wanted Inos, and they didn't want to fall south. The virtual signators, the part-time virtual signators, the people who are part-time virtual signators who say nothing about any other atrocities that's going on in the world, apart from when Qatar wanted the football club. That's when they all became bloody part-time activists. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Sir Richard Geldof part-time FC. That's what they are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, you know, bunch of hypocrites. Bunch of hypocrites. And yeah, it's their fault. Ephraim. Great show, mate. Guys, thank you, everyone. Knees, I've lost again. Guys, Sal, how we make the same mistakes with Anson, which is, I mean, look, guys, do you think Arsenal care about how much Declan Rice they paid for Declan Rice? Nah. They don't care, do they? We're going to regret the Anderson deal, guys. We're going to regret it big time. Big time. Trust me. That guy is better than Rice at his age. He's better. He's got more strings to his bow. Absolutely. Guys, that's me for today. I want to say thank you to everyone. Congratulations to RC Lens on winning the Coupe de France for the first time in their history. Thank you, everyone who's joined the stream today. Really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, guys. And don't forget to smash a like on the way out, guys. If you're watching, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Guys, have a great evening, of course, guys. Just read Mandem's comment. It's early, but these are red flags already. That'll make us worried for the next season instead of going into next season challenge for the trophies. People are saying to me that why are we panicking? This morning, what did they say, Mandem? We had people coming on the channel saying, why are you going over the top? What's all this hysteria? You know what I mean? They are the problem. Those people there. What's the hysteria? The window hasn't even opened yet. You know? Let me tell you something which is my biggest concern, Mandem, right? The biggest concern I have is that Edison's 26, going on 27 in July. Why would there be a 27 in to be a backup midfielder? They're going to put him straight into that midfield. That's what I'm saying. And he's going to be the number one. And that is my biggest fear. You know what I mean? Cheers, Amanda. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Have a great night, great evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate you. You're absolute legends. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Peace.